Hey everybody, it's me, B Moore, aka Hustle Baby. I'm out here in Miami, so that's why you see me in a bathing suit and a cover up, but I wanted to get this video done. This is my first YouTube video or vlog. I don't know what you call it. I'm still getting used to the terminology. I'm so excited because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I actually made the attempt 8 years ago to start a YouTube channel, but then I got down on myself and I said I couldn't do it. No one would really watch it. I don't have much to talk about when I had a whole lot to talk about. And I just didn't have the confidence at that time to do it. But here I am 8 years later and it's still on my heart to do so. So here we go. I want to say, again, this is my first video. Bear with me. I'm a little nervous, even though it's just me talking to the camera. But I know you guys are watching, so I'm a little nervous, but bear with me, and I will be reading my notes from my book. Yeah, so a little bit about me. Who is B Moore? I'm B Moore. I'm currently working on a lifestyle brand called The Hustle Babe Official, and there's so much that I'm looking to do with my brand. The Hustle Babe Official is dedicated to the fearless, unstoppable, resilient, praying women that just won't give up, ambitious woman, the woman that no matter what life throws at her, she will not stop, she will not quit, because she will get to where she wants to be in life. So that's an overview of my brand, and you can follow me at The Hustle Babe Official for more inspiration. With this brand, like I said, I want to do so much, and I learned that in life, things only work according to how much you're willing to invest into it and just keep going and not stopping. You know, I will not give up on myself this time, and I will not talk myself out of this, because this is what I really want to do. And this is my logo here on my hoodie. My official, the Hustle Babe Official logo, done by a very good friend of mine. She's super dope. She does embroidery. Her name is Shakira Jabani on Instagram. Follow her for all your embroidery items, t-shirts. She could do anything. And you see you got the Hustle Baby on the back. I don't know if it's like, because to me it's like this way. I don't know how you guys are seeing it, but it's dope. I also have it on my Instagram page with a picture of me in it. Check her out. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I currently reside in New Jersey. I'm a graduate of Long Island University, the downtown Brooklyn campus. I did go to the CW Post campus for about a semester, but the campus life really wasn't for me. Like, I mean, at home, I'm really a mama's girl. At home, I was really able to do, you know, what I wanted to do. And I just, the hype of the campus life just wasn't for me. I was just like, no, take me back home. So I had started at LIU Brooklyn. I went to Post for a semester. And then I went back to LIU Brooklyn, where I graduated. I had majored as an English major. And, no lie, I forgot my minor. What was my minor? Oh, my mother and my little cousin was in the back, by the way, so that's funny. Anywho, initially when I started college, I went in as a bio major because one of my childhood dreams was to always be an OBGYN. When I was a kid, I sit and watched the TLC channel, birth and delivery, all day, literally all day. I love babies. I love the process, how babies are conceived, how they're developing, all of that stuff that goes into childbirth. And by the way, let me stand up a little bit. I have a little belly. I'm expecting a little princess myself. My Angel Jolie, she'll be here in a couple of months. I'm so excited about that. But anyway, when I started college, yeah, I went as a bio major. I go into college, then I realized, like, I don't really love math and science. You know, in order to be successful at being a doctor, you have to love math and science, because they kick your butt with those courses. But I mean, when I went to college and I discovered that I really didn't love math and science, it hurt me, because I'm like, wow, this is something that I always wanted to do. I always said, I'm gonna be an OBGYN. I'm gonna deliver babies, I'm gonna do this. And to get to college and then realize that you're not as passionate about what goes into it as you should be to get to that step, it's kind of heartbreaking. So while I was in college, it really hit me like, if you're gonna be here, you have to do something that you really, really love to do. That was my mindset. Like, if I'm gonna stay in college, I have to take up a subject that I really, really, really love. And however, I've always loved English. I'm reading from my notes. I've always loved English class, and I always loved reading and writing, which also, as a little girl, I used to stay up late all night, like past the time my mother was asleep, my dad was asleep, my brother was asleep. That was my favorite time of night, to just sit there, write in my journal. I'll write short stories, I'll write poems, anything, anything that was creative writing, that was me. So that's just always been something that I did. Like, it just was second nature to me, but I never really thought, go to college, take an English major. That wasn't a thought until I got into college. But I've always been passionate about writing. So while in college, I was exposed to so much. It made me realize that I could truly be anything that I wanted to be. While in college, I also got into like journalism writing. I started with EGL magazine, the Yandy Smith publication. That was a really, really good experience, because not only was that my intro into media, it was my intro into entertainment media, because I became a writer for the entertainment section of that online publication. And that was a really, really good experience, because I learned so much about what it takes for online writing and terms like hyperlinks and this and that. I learned so much through my experience with EGL. And while in the midst of doing EGL, I had also started at Our Life magazine. So I had that going on. In the midst of that, I'm like, as I'm doing the entertainment writing, I'm like, wow, I want to be the person to actually verbally report this news. So then I started getting interested into radio. And one of my college buddies, Trey, he had introduced me to the radio hosting life while at school, because I'll go to his shows and participate as a co-host, which was really dope, because from there I had started thinking like, wow, I love to do this. I love to do creative and journalistic writing, and also I love talking. So why not combine that? Why not do something with that? I love writing. I love talking to people. I want to do this. So I just went full throttle. So it was in my mind, like, how can I combine this together and, do something with it? So at that point in time, I was just so motivated. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be the next Kim Osorio / Angie Martinez. I was like, look, I could do this. This is what I love. This is what I want to do. Trey, he really, really was a blessing. And it's crazy, because on your journey, I believe that when you want something, the universe conspires to help you achieve it. And I got that's an excerpt from The Alchemist. I love that line. But the universe really does conspire, because it's like Trey came into my life at a point, like we became cool at a point where I'm like, wow, this is what I do. So then I network with him. I start going to the radio. Then he tells me that he used to always say, oh, I love my internship, because at that time he was interning for Sirius XM Radio. He used to work on Sway in the Morning. He was an intern for Sway in the Morning. He was doing so well. So he had told me about it, and I was like, wow, I want to intern at Sirius XM. So he had referred me to the intern coordinator, Bonnie Ewan. I'll never forget her name, because I remember seeing her emails was like, I'm in the door. So he had introduced me to the coordinator. So then I applied. I got the internship. I was so hyped. You would have thought that this was a paying salary job. I was about to get $100K a year. I was like, I'm in here at Sirius XM. So I had started interning for Lance Bass Dirty Pop show. So as I'm doing this, I'm interning at SiriusXM. I'm doing the co-hosting with Trey from time to time. And I'm also still writing for the EGL publication. Was I still doing Our Life magazine? I don't think so, but I had those things going away. So I started out interning with Lance Bass for Lance Bass Dirty Pop show. That experience, oh my God, was so great. I loved the producer of the show, Sam Linga. Shout out to her. She taught me so much. Monica Tachman, the assistant coordinator, she taught me so much. They really took their time and showed me how to do the board. Like, I was like a board op intern. So, you know, you learn how to produce the show, how to edit, cut the audio. It was so dope. So yeah, so I started there on the OutQ station. But the whole time, like, yeah, I was in the door in SiriusXM. I was on the OutQ station, Dirty Pop for Lance Bass, but the whole time, my heart was really set on working for Shade 45. That's the hip hop section. So the way it was is like you had the pop section upstairs, and then you had the hip hop station downstairs. So that's where I really wanted to be, because Trey used to work for Sway in the morning. I'm like, I want to be on the Sway show. I want to be on the Sway show. I used to see how much fun they had. And also, it was either Sway or a DJ Premier show. I was like, either one of them, I want to be on their show. But anyway, I was upstairs in OutQ. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I loved it. But I will always make sure to make my way downstairs to the Shade 45 station for anything, like, because I actually, and it's so funny like how life worked. So I had a friend named Simone Whitney, aka DJ Esbit. She's lit. She used to work for a show on Shade 45. She had her own show. I believe it was called Femme Fatale. Simone, don't kill me if I don't really remember, but I know she had a show of her own. So what I used to do is, like, if I need to use the bathroom or if I need something to drink, instead of using our refrigerator or our bathrooms upstairs, I will go downstairs to Shade 45, just make sure, like, I would scope it out, see how they did things, and I'll make sure I always speak to my friend Simone. And then she had introduced me to a couple of people over there. Then I just became real familiar, and you would have thought I was interning for freaking Shade 45 by then. Yeah, that whole internship was just so dope. I also met my friend Jameson there. He was on a political show, but he also taught me a lot. After the internship, because it's like you intern for a semester. So when I was interning at SiriusXM, it was like my last semester in college. So I was doing it for college credit. So that was my first, so it was my first time interning there, and it was my last year of my last semester of college. So it wasn't like that I could intern again, because you had to intern for college credit. So I wanted to intern again because I wanted to be on Shade 45. By then I already had all the networks. I was in the door, but I was graduating, so it was no college credit to get. I wasn't eligible to intern again. So I was kind of hurt by that. But then the beauty of it all, I had already made so many connections. So by the time I did stop interning there, I was just coming in the door. I was in the door. I was able to come on shows. You know, I used to go to my friend Simone's show. Then Jameson, my friend Jameson from there, he introduced me to my friend DJ Radio. Now DJ Radio, DJ with K Slater on Shade 45. And at that time, Radio, he had started his own publication called Mr. Radio. Was it Mr. Radio or Mr. Sold Out Radio? Correct me please. When I see you, I'm gonna fix this. But it was like MrSoldOut.com, I believe, yes. And he was looking for writers. And at that time I was a writer. So I came in Jameson introduced me to radio, and me and radio, like, you know, we hit it off. It was real cool. And I started writing for his publication. In the midst of that, I was also writing for the Source magazine also. Honestly, I did so much stuff like within this little bit of time that I'm trying to put it all together. I was also writing for the Source magazine. So let's go into the Source. So I was writing for DJ Radio. He was on Shade 45. So that was the networking the door to start coming to the Slay Show, because I used to be with radio because the energy was so cool and he loved my hustle so much that we started talking about other things that we could work on, and that just became my partner right there. So I was in the duo at the Slay Show. In the midst of that, I was also writing for the Source magazine. Now with the Source, I had my friend Simone. She introduced me to this writer at the Source named Roger Kratz, I believe his name was, and he was one of the head writers over there, I believe, and he interviewed me, and then I started as an intern. I had got the internship at the Source. My first day, yo, it was so dope. My first day writing an article at the Source, like as soon as I came in, they was like, write, and I'm like, all right, let me do this. So my first day writing an article at the Source, it was about Janet Jackson's Poetic Justice braids, and at that time it was a really, really big trend. That was 2013. That's when the big braids became a trend again. So I wrote about that, and it was so dope because Janet Jackson retweeted my freaking article the very first day I was there. So that was dope. Everybody seeing that, you know, they was clapping for me. It was cool. Yeah, at the Source, I started as an intern, and then ultimately in a short period of time, I had became from intern status to editor status for her Source section of the magazine. During my time at the Source, they had started a her Source section. It was dedicated to the women of hip hop. So I was one of the first editors for that, along with a couple of other female writers that was there at the time too. Me and my friend, a friend I had made there named Alana, had became one of the editors for that section of the Source, and we like had the other writers under us. So that was kind of dope. Don had appointed that, by the way. And we had came to him with ideas like, this is what we want to do. He like, just do it, you know, make sure it's basically lit. What else, guys? I did so much. Yeah, so by the time I left the Source, I had left with the editor title, and it was lit, but I still wasn't getting paid, so it was kind of like, So now it's lit. I'm writing for the Source. I got access to SiriusXM. I wasn't doing EGO anymore. I'm writing for the Source. I got access to SiriusXM. Then I became one of the co-hosts at the Matrix Studios, but the Next Up radio show. The Matrix Studios is a radio station located in the Bronx, run by DWI. He's super dope. He's been in this game for years. So, and it's crazy because I actually went on the Next Up radio as they was interviewing me, talking about what I was doing at the Source, SiriusXM, and I'm gonna find that video for you guys. I gotta ask, I think I have it. I'm gonna find that video for you guys and post it. I started out, they interviewed me, and then it was just so dope. And DWI loved my energy that he was like, I want you on the show, like, you wanna come back? But it didn't really happen like that. What happened was one of the co-hosts on the show, she was leaving. She was going out. She was on vacation or something like that, and they needed a female to fill in. I filled in for that day that she was going, and it was so dope that DWI, like, you know, he want me on a show, whatever. She wasn't too happy about that. That's for a next video, but right now we're talking about me. Yeah, so I started doing that. So now I'm at SiriusXM, at the Source, I'm at Next Up Radio, all of this stuff. It was so truly dope, but I wasn't getting paid. And think about it, like, I had just graduated college. I'm doing all of this stuff. Now it's like, I need money. I mean, I'm doing what I really, really love. I'm doing what I'm really, really passionate about, but I don't have no money. I'm not making no money for this. How can I monetize? But at the point, at that time, like, you know, it was just no way at that point that, you know, anybody could pay me. So I would have had to figure out. Yeah, it was just a lot. It was a lot, but it was really, really, really a dope experience. But somewhere through all of that, doing all of that, even though I was passionate about it, I kind of lost focus because I'm like, damn, I don't have any money. So, and if I don't have no money, I can't get to the Bronx. I can't get to the Bronx station at the Matrix Radio. I can't get to SiriusXM in Manhattan. I can't get to the Source. It's just, you know, when you ain't got no money, you like, yeah, I need money. I ain't got time, you know. So certain things just become less of a focus. So then I'm like, let me put my degree to use because I need a job, and I had became a teacher. So with me becoming a teacher and then waking up early, and not saying that I couldn't still do it all, but at that time it was hectic. And then I was working at a very challenged charter school, and it was challenging. So just getting up 6 in the morning, doing lesson plans, it was like I had less and less time for the things that I was truly passionate about. So I became a teacher, and I'm like, I don't know. But I still was going back up there. But I still was going back up there to the radio, but somewhere I don't know. It was just a lot. I was feeling so like depressed at that time. And then I'm like, then I started seeing like in the entertainment industry, just the way guys view women. And it's just like, you got to come through with a certain demeanor. You understand? Because at the end of the day, they're always going to try you, no matter what. It is what it is. We females, they're guys. Guys is going to try you. But as long as you have a certain demeanor, they'll know to separate you from this type of girl, separated from this type of girl. And I'll also talk about that in another YouTube video. But I was just getting so like over the whole thing. And then I started feeling like, oh, in order to get somewhere in this media industry, I gotta show my ass, shake my ass, and that wasn't me. Like I've never been one of those girls out there, you know, showing my body. And there's nothing against that. I mean, that's what you want to do. You do that. That just wasn't me. And I felt like those type of girls was getting all the shine at that time. So combined with all of that stuff, I'm like, yeah, I can't. I don't know. I don't know. What else did I do? So yeah, I did all of that, and I'm still good friends with Simone, Radio. I haven't spoken to Jameson in a while, but it's still, you know, love if I see him. And I mean, my point to all of this, those experiences really, really, really shaped me. You know, it really shaped me in a way. And it just showed me like anything that I want to do, as long as I put my mind to it, I can do it. You understand? You just gotta just be hungry, go for it, confident, and confidence. Confidence is number one. And you cannot be afraid to talk to people. You can't be afraid to put yourself out there. You can't be afraid to promote yourself. You can't be afraid, you know? That was my experience at that time. But like I said, fell off from it. And where I am right now in life, I'm like, entertainment is always gonna be like a passion of mine, but I just feel like I don't don't feel to be in the entertainment industry. I learned that you could still be creative, love to talk, and go in another lane. So this is where I'm at right now with it. And this is where I'm at building the Hustle Babe Official, because the Hustle Babe Official is so dear to me, because I'm a hustle babe, and I know it's other females out there like me that just, you know, bossy and like, listen, I want it, I want to get it, and no matter what we go through, we know how to overcome it and go for it. So that's the whole background of me building my brand. And anyway, let's look at the notes. I'm sitting here and I'm giving something else. This is me giving something else a shot. I hope, you know, somebody saw this video. I'm just giving it a shot and seeing where it goes. And said, if I could help one person with my journey and help them by showing that, you know, I relate to you. You're not the only one out there who's feeling how you feeling. You're not the only one out there feeling like, dang, I'm doing all of this, but that just, and there's nothing wrong with recreating yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Currently, my mindset has been creating generational wealth. So I'm into real estate, and I'm getting into learning the stock market, like everything. Like, I'm reading this. I'm doing a whole bunch of YouTube searches and learning. I love the Come Up series. Shout out to Mark, by the way. You're super, super, super dope. I'm reading this book because they said if you're getting into investing, The Intelligent Investor is one of those books that you definitely have to read. It's by Benjamin Graham. It's an older book, but they have like commentary to relate to the new market today. So this is what I'm currently reading right now, along with a few other books. I love books. Like I said, I love reading, I love writing. Yeah, that's my focus, like creating generational wealth, something that's gonna last, something that, you know, creating a job for my baby and other future kids, and just, you know, I want it. I just want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. And I'm not stopping until I get it. Whatever that it is for me, I'm getting it. You understand? And I'm not stopping. You're not gonna say she fell off. I'm not falling off. If this don't work, I'm going to do this. If that don't work, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to keep going until I get it. And that's just it. And I look forward to you guys continuing watching my YouTube video. You can follow me on Instagram, iambmooree. You can follow me, follow my Hustle Babe page, the Hustle Babe. And yeah, just follow my journey. And this is going to be a new journey for me. I'm a little bit out of breath. I'm like, dang, when you're pregnant, you just be out of breath. So follow my journey as a mom, and let's just keep in touch, guys. I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff, and the purpose of this is I want us as women to unite more. We could unite more. You understand? And work together. That's another passion of mine, you know. So just stay tuned, guys, and thank you for tuning in. This is my first video. Like I said, I'm nervous. This is gonna get better as we go along. I'm about to go outside and go to the pool and enjoy this weather, and stay tuned.